Hello everybody, Dr. Jones Kruger here, and I'm gonna be doing a review today. I think I've done, at least attempted to do this review 2 or 3 times on completely different, long time ago. But alright, hello everybody, Dr. Jones Kruger here, and I'm gonna do a review that I've attempted to do before, but never actually finished. So I'm gonna do it again, and if I can just find the movie. It's really unprofessional. I should have pulled it out. I'm not trying to be professional. Luckily, it's right here. I want to review Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon. This movie, I saw a trailer for this movie a long time ago, and I thought it was really interesting. I thought it looked cool. Years later, I found it at my local secondhand pickup, and actually, it was actually one of my friends that found it, and I basically ripped the copy out of his hands. And I mean, they didn't want it; they just found it, and I was like, "Give me that! I've been looking for that for years." Truth be told, I had been looking, but I could have just ordered it online. But I never did. But I found it now, and yeah, I took it home. I watched it, and first of all, let's just take a look at what it says on the front. It says, "As good as horror gets." It has gotten 5 stars, and it says, Jason, Freddy, Myers. We all need someone to look up to," which gives a bit of hint on what this movie is. I will say it's completely, it's not complete, but yes, it's completely different from what I've expected in the way it's shot, because it's shot as a documentary, which might scare you away, but it's not a found, well, I mean, you could consider it to be a found footage, but it's not really a found footage. It doesn't have any of the, well, it has some of them, but it doesn't really have the, all the kind of things that found footage films has. It's just shot like a documentary, but it's not a found footage film. It's so yeah, it's kind of different from what I've imagined, but it's just as good as I had imagined. Maybe even better once I learned what the fuck was going on. And so the premise is, it's actually set in a world where Jason, Myers, and Freddy are real people. Possibly Leatherface and Pinhead are real people too, but they don't mention them. Although now that I think of it, the Pinhead would not be existing in this universe, as far as I would say. Leatherface definitely would, but they didn't mention him in the film directly. Although now that I think about it, they might have, but it might just have skipped my mind. So yeah, it's set in a world like this, and there's this guy called Leslie Vernon, and basically he is said to the world, "I'm going to be the next great serial killer, or horror icon." Basically, he wants to be like Freddy, Myers, and Jason. I'm sorry, and possibly Leatherface. I think he is mentioned in the film, but I could be wrong about that. But basically, he wants to be the next big slasher, and what he actually does is he calls out. This is amazing for people who really like the slasher lore. Kind of like people who really liked movies like Cabin in the Woods, where it took the whole formula of slasher movies and went behind it. This does the same thing, just from a different perspective. He basically it's a college film. Some college film students who wants to shoot this documentary, and he calls them out to his place, Leslie Rhythm, and they basically follow him through, I think, a month, where he prepares and does all the things that leads up to a special night where the slashing itself takes place. So basically, you follow him through a month of preparation to make a scene that's basically like a slasher movie, and it's really cool. You see him work out, and he gives you all these hints to what it's like to be a slasher. Like, you don't run when you're a slasher. You always walk, but you have to be in very good physical condition, so you will never get exhausted and things like that. And you see him train, and you see him actually place evidence and make his entire own story about this Leslie Vernon character, about what happened, about the drama, and creates a legend that the town he's in will believe, and all these cool things, all the slash elements are here, and you follow him with the documentary team as he makes these, and finds his survivor girl, stalks her for a bit, plays evidence so she gets aware, and makes her believe that she's somehow involved, and sets up the entire scenery of a slasher movie eventually. And you even see him talking to a mentor where he was also a slasher, and they talk about how all the times he's been defeated and how he's escaped that, which is effects like he's had his eyes squished out and things. He talks about how he made that look like he died but then returned. It's just really, really cool. And they also at some point in the movie an actual doctor shows up, like Dr. Loomis from Halloween, and they actually talk about how this is his I don't remember what they call it, but they call it a specific thing, basically his nemesis, or what Dr. Loomis was from for Michael Myers, someone that claims to understand him and is like an expert on this one character. And it's really cool how they all the elements are there. The premise is fucking cool. How does it play out with the document style filming? I'll say the first hour of the movie is very entertaining. It gets you caught on all these small things, and it's really interesting. For me personal, the first time I watched it, after the first hour, it got a bit repetitive, but it didn't really take from the experience at all, because about 15 minutes later, the climax happened. So there was only like 15 minutes of dull things. So climax happened, and it plays down like the climax actually plays down like an actual slasher movie. So you get 20 minutes of actual slasher movies that you've been spending the rest of the movie kind of building up to, and it's really cool. It has everything, and it has plot twists too. And they all just come into place so well when you finally see them. It's a really good movie. The characters themselves are likable. It's really cool to look behind them and see that the slashers are just human beings, and it's just an interesting idea of it set in a world where both all the slashers like Jason, Freddy, Myers, Leatherface, all of those are real people, and they talk about like Kristen Campbell and Elm Street, and it's it's really cool for anyone who's a slasher fan. Of course, you do have to prepare to be sitting down and just watch not action going on. There's action in the movie, but just you have, it is shot like a documentary, and they do talk a lot, but it is an epic showdown in the last minute, and the climax and the plot twist, it's fucking worth it, and the ending is perfect as well. Overall, the movie is just really great, and